brothers who are just regular brothers. These two brothers. But let's get back to the brothers. They have a strong bond. It's two brothers and they're gonna. It's called Two Brothers. Two Brothers. It's just called Two Brothers.
Mic check, microphone check, mic check, check your mics. Check them twice. Don't make me ask you thrice.
Do you keep the mic checks, or do you just like delete them?
Sometimes I delete them. Sometimes I just leave them.
Okay. I think we should.
It depends.
Should keep them. Should keep a bunch of them, and then just drop an episode where it's just us doing the mic checks. Just constantly saying like mic check, mic check.
That'll be like bonus episode, and it's called Mic Check, and it's 3 hours long.
Yeah.
And people are like, "Wait, are they really just gonna check the mic for 3 hours?"
It's like they keep skipping forward, and it's always a mic check. It's all
they
like,
just keep mic check, mic
check, mic check, 3, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Somebody turn this into an EDM edit of just with mic checks. That'd be sick, actually.
Yeah.
Show up in an EDM mix. That'd be awesome. Fucking drum and bass mix. That'd be peak. Yes, no biggie.
Not at all.
Biggie. Can't you see?
I need to look up some evil people to say who I am.
Just hypnotize me. Say Netanyahu. This time.
Netanyahu?
Netanyahu. Do you not know who that is?
How do you spell that?
Leader of Israel.
Like
don't Google it.
Like currently leader of Israel?
Yeah, don't Google it. Don't put it in your phone. Don't do it.
It's too recent.
It's too recent. You want to? You know what you should do?
What?
Vlad the Impaler. That's a good one.
No,
it's
a good one.
It's Dracula.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. You're gonna save it.
Yeah, it's definitely a good one.
Save it for a Halloween episode.
Exactly. Now, should I go someone real or should I go someone? I've been going real people.
Yeah.
So should I keep going real people? Should I switch? Yes, I should keep going real people.
Because the idea is almost more like controversial people instead of just like a straight up. You're not saying like Jason Voorhees.
Exactly. I'm one.
Say Hassan Piker.
When did Bin Laden died?
Hell is ago. Oh,
like 10 years ago?
2010 or something like that. Hell is ago. 16 years.
Like 16 years ago. It's not long enough. Don't.
Bin Laden.
All right, I'll figure it out by the time I need to say it. So let's go ahead and start. I'll figure it out by the time I need to say it.
All right, official intro. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Mic check, microphone check. Check your mics. Check them twice. I don't have to ask you thrice. Mic check. All right, here we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, your host, Thunder. Welcome back to the Two Brothers Podcast. I'm here with my co-host, the one and only.
Did I already say Adolf Hitler?
No, you didn't.
I didn't?
No.
Okay, I'll keep him for later.
All right.
I already said Putin. Bloody Mary.
There we go.
Bloody Mary.
That's a solid one.
Yeah.
So it's like it's adapting.
Yeah.
So at this point, you have no official name on the podcast. You're just the brother. You're the other brother on the podcast.
I'm the other brother.
That has different names every time. That's a different controversial evil person every time.
Yes, until I get bored of doing this bit.
Yeah.
Which I probably won't be anytime soon. So I hope you're still buckled in. If you're a new listener, I hope you're still buckled in. Because it's going to be a ride of evil people.
Are you going to change your Instagram name or anything like that?
Nope. Gonna say exactly the same.
Are you gonna adapt it at all, or like?
Nope.
Are you gonna go by your Instagram name? What's the story behind your Instagram name? Because your Instagram name is Man Forget It.
Incorrect.
What is it?
My Instagram name is _man_forget_it _
Right. Which is completely different.
Correct.
Right.
So the whole idea of.
You should explain this in a British accent.
How do British people talk? Governor? There we go. I got it, governor.
Ask me a question and then just do it.
Exactly.
Right.
I just have to say governor every time.
Right. Bruv.
You know, so the whole idea of the username governor is just to be as different as everyone else, governor. So the Man Forget It governor is
throwing it in it.
Okay.
In it, bruv?
So the man forget it. You understand?
Yeah.
In it?
In
No.
it? Yeah, don't
it?
use the accent, just use their slang.
Yeah.
So the way it works, bruv,
No, because like
it's a Tuesday, isn't it?
no, because like bruv is like that's more us.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Bruv?
Yeah.
That's British slang. That's what like British black people say.
Nah, because I say that all the time.
Bruv with a V?
Yeah. What a UH?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bruh and bruv are two different things.
No, but like the V isn't. It's not really a V. It's not a hard V. It's like a light V, like a lowercase V, not an uppercase V.
What is your point?
So man, forget it comes from old, like not British. Who's right next to the British? Who are those people next to the British? The Canadians. Thank you. So it's an old Canadian term to like get back to understanding like the people next to you. So it's like forget yourself, be more in tune to the ones that are around you. So it's like, man, like forget about you, understand everyone else, basically. And then the underscores are just because someone else already just had the word man, forget it.
So saying man, forget it. It is you?
Correct.
But wouldn't it be something else? So
No.
wouldn't it be like man, forget yourself or something like that?
No. I mean, you could use that, but then you're nailing the
Or forget about it or something like that.
you're hitting the nail too directly.
Mm-hmm.
You want
You have
people
to
to-
hit the nail indirectly.
Exactly.
Right. You have to hit the nail.
Not with the top part of the hammer,
Right.
but the side of the hammer.
Right. Kind of like metaphorically, kind of kind of like,
Exactly.
analogy. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and eaterly. Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Laterally. Yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah. Perpendicularly.
From an angle.
Right.
Preferably not right. Acute or obtuse is preferred.
Correct. Obtuse is correct.
Affirmative.
Not affirmative. I'm dead. Affirmative. That's a classic like nerd thing to be like affirmative. You know, like tape on the glasses, like pocket protector, like.
I never understood the whole tape on the glasses because I've seen people have tape on the glasses, but their glasses not need the tape because they're not broken.
It's like the idea is that as a nerd you got bullied and beat up, so your glasses got broken, and then I guess you were also so poor that you couldn't get new glasses, so you just put tape on them. Yeah. I think a lot of things about the ideas of like all of that stuff, like all the iconography of like being a nerd or whatever, it all comes from like if you were a nerd or you were a social outcast, it was because you had some sort of ailment. Like you had that's the weird person that has the like weird mouth breathing thing, but it's not their fault. They have a deviated septum or something like that. So it was like if their nose just wasn't fucked up from birth, they would have been like a normal person or even popular or something. And like being ostracized from like culture and like overall like the like society or whatever, just being able to normally participate. If you're not allowed to normally socialize at 5, 10, and 15, then yeah, by the time you're 16, 17, 18, you're going to be the weirdest, most socially inept person because you just were fucking cast out because God forbid you had a fucking braces or retainer or something like that, or you had some sort of like skin disease so you just couldn't even be near people, or like, someone touch you, you'd break out into a rash or whatever it was. So like, it's more like, it's hilarious how almost like high key, like, what's the word? Ableist it is to like fuck with nerds. It's like they have like they're like autistic or some shit, or they have a mental disorder, or they have a physical defect that just didn't allow them to be a part of like normal culture. And then since they're loners, they just pick a hobby that they can do alone. And they hyper focus on like World of Warcraft or Dungeons and Dragons or something. And then that just becomes their own personality. Like, oh, I just have to be obsessed with Star Wars because I have no friends and no life. The only choice I have is to like obsess with Luke Skywalker. And then it's like a feedback loop.
Speaking of God, because you said God forbid.
Right. Exactly.
So speaking of
speaking of
the holy Lord that is up in heaven. I had a joke and I forgot it, so now I'm trying to get back to the joke. There it is. I got it. So God forbid, tying it all back into the whole God analogy and everything. There's an old saying that God gives his strongest warriors the most toughest of tasks. So to give such an individual an element which they cannot control just forces them to become a more stronger version of themselves, is how a God-fearing man would think of it. The person who is being bullied would not see it that way. They would see it as God gives his toughest task to the ones he hates the most. Which just brings me back to an old philosopher term. I keep forgetting it. Something atheism or something. It's not atheism. Something about people who don't believe in a God, or at least God is such a confusing entity that does exist. Because
Right.
all the sayings talk about how God is he's all powerful, he's all knowing, and he loves all equally, and like doesn't want any
Mhm.
bad things to happen. So it's just confusing if he is all powerful and all knowing, then he is not without fault and doesn't
Like he's not all loving.
exactly
Like he can't be all powerful and all knowing and all loving. Like he can be
Two
all
of the three.
loving and maybe even all knowing, but he can't be all powerful.
because then why is there so much badness happening in the world?
Right.
So, a little something to think about when you're talking to your children, or the kids on the street. If you pass them by selling crack, you'd be like, "Hey, just want you to know God doesn't exist because
Mhm.
you're selling crack. Because if
Right.
you did, you wouldn't be doing this. So
I
keep
think
selling your
yeah.
crack,
I think so the moral of the story is to sell crack.
of course.
Right. So if that's like most people don't know that is the general philosophy of crackheads and crack dealers, that there is no God, so sell crack.
Yes,
That's actually funny because there is a rapper named Freddie Gibbs.
I definitely thought you were gonna say crackhead God.
No,
or something like that. Something with
crackhead
crack and God.
guy. Yeah, my favorite dude.
My favorite underground,
My
most
favorite,
popular rapper.
my favorite underground 2009 rapper, bass crackhead god.
Exactly,
Yeah, no, like there was, Freddie Gibbs, he said, it's a song called Something to Rap About. And he said, God made me sell crack, so I had something to rap about.
exactly.
Like that's legitimately a bar from like a real rapper. He's not like a comedy rapper. And it's actually a sick bar. It's actually hilarious. But, it's actually pretty peak. But, why are you doing that?
But
Oh, okay. I'm like, what is that? I was like, why is he just doing sound effects into the mic? I was like, I'm gonna have to edit that out. What is he doing?
no, you gotta keep that. But so you said his name was Freddie Gibbs. Did this Freddie Gibbs have a twin brother or a younger brother?
No.
Okay, because what I'm thinking is that this Freddie Gibbs didn't go by the name Freddie. He went by just Gibbs, which was just short for Gibby, and he had a little brother.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, Freddie Gibbs was on like 3 seasons of iCarly, but
That's
no
Freddie?
relation.
Oh,
Yeah.
was he Crazy Steve?
No, he was Carly.
Oh,
Oh, that was my favorite part of that. Is the bro. This is like, you know who Charlie Rose is?
Yeah.
Well, no, not our not our niece Charlie
Yes,
Rose.
I know what you're talking about.
But like, yeah, the interviewer guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is like that. This is like if this is just like stream of consciousness off the top of the dome, like nonsense. But like if we were doing a Charlie Rose interview, we got to do that as a skit where we just make up bullshit on the spot, and then I can like edit in clips of just like Photoshop shit, just everything. Mickey Mouse was at the Hindenburg, like just dumb shit. I could just edit Mickey Mouse into the fucking Hindenburg blimp blowing up or something.
not difficult at all.
Well, Courage the Cowardly Dog was a confidant of Hitler, and just like
All you gotta do is just show him with a little swastika tattoo.
yeah, just like a AI image of Courage the Cowardly Dog dressed up in like a SS uniform.
There you go.
Oh man, but no, I get to go back to God, the idea that like the reason why there's suffering in the world is because of original sin, was because of like Adam and Eve eating the apple. But it's like, it's so many different things that go back and forth where it's like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense, but then it stops making sense. Where it's like, what was the initial plan? I guess it was to be paradise on earth. Like Adam and Eve were supposed to just live in peace, and humanity was supposed to be this great thing.
Yeah, of course.
And then it failed because they ate the fruit that is the knowledge of good and evil, which is like, if we have free will, why are we not allowed to have the knowledge of good and evil? Like, why is that a thing we're not allowed to have? Like, are we even a human being if we don't have that? Like, why we're just like naturally limited? So like, you have to like low key be like a bit of an android to like be like for human beings to be peaceful, then like we would cease to be human beings. Like if nothing bad ever happened and no one ever like committed murder or was a bad person, that's just not a human being fundamentally then.
So what does that make us, just mammals?
We would still be mammals. That would still be our biological, technical like category. But I'm just saying, like, if mistakes would still happen. So like someone might cut you off in traffic 100% by accident, and just it would no human being would ever be bothered by it. And then I guess then no one would ever lie and no one ever do anything bad. But then still that would never be the only time something bad then would happen is if someone did something on accident. And then no one would be mad at something that's an accident because no one is actively choosing to be a bad person. But I'm saying that whatever that entity is not what a human being is.
Okay, so it would just be a different thing, like an animal.
No, it would still be humanoid. It would still be like physically indistinguishable from us. But it just wouldn't be what humanity is like conceptually.
So it would be a different word.
I don't know if they'd come up with a different word.
They would. Or the term of human would just be different instead of it being what we are now.
Would it? I mean, well, God named us.
Exactly.
We would have. That's what I'm saying is He already named us. I'm saying if we never ate the fruit,
right.
So we're already called humans. We're already mammals. All of these like kind of like day one like biological facts would still exist. I'm just saying like if you had two different universes, like two different planets, one where they ate the apple and one where they didn't, then it would be like, okay, those two would just be completely different. And if they ever interacted, then we would just kill them all. And they would just be like, oh man, that's not a good thing. But they'd be like, you're those people that kill. We don't know what that is. Like, okay. Well, you shouldn't do that. God doesn't like that. And it's like, well, I'm going to kill you now. All right. Well, okay, you're going to be in trouble with the big guy. He's not going to like it. Like they just wouldn't even, whatever that would, that would be like, they would still be called humans. But it would be like, is there even a creature like that on Earth that would just like let you kill it and like have no survival instincts whatsoever, like some sort of sloth or something?
Yes, there is.
What?
Canadians.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about those guys.
Exactly.
You usually do forget about Canadians, except Wolverine. Logan's pretty cool. I don't forget about him. He's pretty awesome.
He's the only good one.
Yeah, one of the good ones. But yeah, the idea is like, and then it's like. And people ask this all the time, like, what elements of the Bible are you supposed to take literally and what are you supposed to take figuratively? Like, is the knowledge of good and evil like the whole eating the fruit? Like, did they literally eat a fruit and it magically gave them knowledge? Or is that a metaphor for something?
I mean, they say Jesus walked on water and they said that's a literal thing. So why wouldn't it be a fruit?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Which should, like, even him, like, feeding the multitude, like, taking whatever it is, 2 loaves of bread and 5 fish or 5 fish or 2 fish, 5 bread, whatever it is.
2 fish and 3 bread.
But whatever it is, him breaking the bread and the fish and like feeding a multitude to the point that they have leftover. Like every time he breaks a piece of the bread and hands it off, the bread just never ends. It's like, yeah, that's not how matter works. Like matter cannot be created or destroyed. Like even like there are religious scientists that's like, oh well, God just invented science or whatever. And it's like, okay, but it's still magic. And they're like, it's not magic. Everything God does is not magic. You're like, no, it's magic. He breaks the laws of thermodynamics and physics. Matter cannot be created or destroyed. He cannot magically just make bread.
It's not magic.
It has to be magic.
No, it's just power.
That's too vague. What do you mean power?
I mean, magic is vague. Magic is more vague than power. Or equally as vague?
Yeah, I would say equally as vague. Okay, yeah, magic is equally as vague. But that's what I'm saying. Magic is beyond logic and reason.
So what's power?
Yeah, I would say that it categorically is still power.
Okay.
But it being power doesn't mean it's not magic. It's just a type of power. Magic is a type of power.
Magic is its own thing. Because magic can do a lot more than just be power.
Yeah, the idea is that because it's also like, it's all like how you explain it. Like my idea is this. It's like human beings are limited, right?
Correct.
Like we can only do certain things. We can only see like certain spectrums of light because we are a specific entity. We are a specific animal that needs to function very specifically. Like the way the world looks isn't even fully objective because a lizard and a dog and a cat and a human being all see life differently. Like I think dogs see in black and white or some shit.
They're not exactly black and white, but they don't see as many colors as we do.
Right. Yeah. Just completely. So it's like the idea that we physically aren't capable of doing certain things. It's also like just because we have no evidence of the human soul, which we don't, but just because we don't have any evidence of it doesn't necessarily means it doesn't exist. And also, we might just never ever be able to get any evidence of it because we may just never possess, in reality, there's no technology that could ever detect it.
Or just the ability to see it. Because like
yeah,
you were
or
saying,
the ability to see it. Like, we physically are not capable of devising some form of technology to be able to see the spiritual realm. Maybe it does exist, but it is just so far beyond us that it's just something we're never going to touch. Like, does a like amoeba or like some sort of like microscopic organism in your like gut, it has no concept of you as a like, oh, I'm a like, we could be an amoeba in a giant thing. I mean, that's like at the end of every Men in Black movie, it like pans out and it's like actually the universe is inside a giant alien god's marble or something.
Exactly.
Some alien child is playing with marbles and inside of it is a universe that's like that we're in or whatever. And so, and it could just keep going and going and going and expanding out further and further. And it's like it's blasphemous for some people to say, but it's like you could even say that about God. Like, maybe God is inside a marble that he doesn't, and there are gods. And even like, and that's the whole idea. Like, the idea of like worship was always weird to me. I always felt weird. It made sense to me logically with religion, the idea that if God is just vaguely like good and then the devil is bad, and like things that bad happen are a conduit of either the devil, demons, or just the negativity of the human spirit. And the whole idea and the whole concept is just to be a force of good on earth, feed the poor, be nice to people, like help out, things like that. But then whenever it came to like worship, it's more like, hey, God, you're the good guy, cool. And then that's it. But when I would see people like lose their minds, like completely being like, oh, I'm such a piece of shit, God, you're so great, I'm like, why are you doing that? It just seemed a bit much. I'm like, relax, bro. Like,
there's always going to be extremes on the whole spectrum of belief and everything, because there are people who will just worship him as a single entity. It's like, hey, like you said, you're the good guy, I'm just not as good, I'm trying to be more like you, trying to do more good, because it is all about how some people believe, like vibrations. The more positive vibrations you put out there, the more quote unquote energy that the holy God can have, which then he can put back into the universe, which can in turn basically just help you be more of a good person. And the whole like how do they say it? You fake it till you make it type dealio. So, like the more times you be good, even if you don't believe that you are, then the more that it can be a second nature to you. And then the more you can believe that you are a good person on the inside until you become said a good person. Because like we're talking about on the whole another spiritual realm, if this God entity, it does exist on a higher plane of existence, then the laws of our physics and our reality doesn't apply to him. So then he can do more, or it, or she. Some people believe it's a woman. I don't really care either way.
It doesn't have God doesn't have a gender. It's like nature.
Exactly.
It just exists. It's not it doesn't have a
but
gender.
There is Mother Nature and Father Time. But
that's
a whole other thing.
Yeah. But those are human conceptualizations of things, which makes sense.
Yeah, because it could be, Mother Time and Father Nature.
Not even necessarily. I mean, because Mother Nature is about life and seeds and things like that, and that has to do with like women and the womb and eggs and like, harvest and things like that. And there's all sorts of like super.
So Father Time is just a dude getting old and dying.
Well, I mean, it's like Father Time is more like strict, because it's like you can't beat it. It's like your time is time. Like, you're not gonna beat it. But I think it's like the idea is that, like you said, like God is above everything. It's a different being and everything. So it's like, if God itself exists, like imagine like a white dot in endless void of black, or vice versa, like a black dot in endless void of white. If that's what existence is and that's what God is, or maybe there's no dot, maybe it's all white and it's all God, or it's all black and it's all God. Either way, it's like, if that's what God is, then you have to ask the question. It's like, okay, well, if God created angels and they don't get sick or die or age or anything, so okay, so you created a being that's more powerful than us. So then it's safe to say that you would can at the very end, you've also made things weaker than us and dumber than us and less evolved than us, like dogs, cats, snails, amoebas, worms, etc., etc. It's like, okay, so you probably could make something more in between us and angels, more powerful than us and angels, and then also something more powerful than an angel and you. It's like, okay, so could God just like duplicate himself and make something equally as powerful as himself? And if that's the case, then it's like, okay, then why am I like acting like I'm a piece of shit. Like, couldn't we all just be boys? You could have made an equal and you just decided not to. But let's say he can't make an equal. I'm saying that's just all these are questions. So let's say he can make an equal and just chose not to. Or let's say he's 100%. It's like, you could have at least made us like 99. And you could have just made a race that's all full of 99s. Like, or are angels 99? Or are angels like, are we 1 and angels are 2? Or we 0.5 and angels are 1? Or whatever it is.
No. Angels are between 80 and 98. We, as human beings, are at 1 because angels have control over all forms of. They can defy the laws of human physics, so that puts them far above human beings.
Right.
But then God can do more than what an angel can do, so that puts him above the angels.
Yeah, but it's also like it puts him vastly more above the angels. It's like Lucifer and Michael are 2 of the most powerful archangels, right?
Correct.
And I don't know. It goes back and forth between which one of them is more powerful. But then it's also
if one is sick, then the other one is strong. If one like stubs his toe, then
right.
Strong.
If one they eat some bad shellfish or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or or Buffalo Wild Wings or something like that.
Yeah, one has like one of their feathers on their wings falls off or something like that.
Yeah. But but it's also like it's not even like this idea if there's like a war between like God and the devil. Or whatever, a guy, God and Lucifer, is like not really. Like
it's a political war.
Yeah, right. It's like he has no chance. It's like that's what I'm saying. Like the distance is like if he's number 2, the distance between 1 and 2, it's like God isn't even number 1. He's like infinity. So it's infinity versus the second strongest guy. So it's just like
it's basically just Gojo versus everyone else in the universe.
Basically, it's just or Goku or One Punch Man. It's like they're the big 3.
Yeah,
but it's like
and Sakura.
Right. She's number 4, Mount Rushmore. But yeah, it's like the idea is that, okay, let's say he is infinite and he is the most powerful. So he can't make something as equally as powerful as him. Whatever the most powerful thing he can make, just make that. And my thing is, if you can make, let's say Lucifer and Michael are not the most powerful things he could create. Let's say he could create Zeus and Poseidon, like Greek level god, like even more powerful, like an entire another pantheon of gods, right? Okay, just make all of us that then. And like, why make anything weaker than, like, why make anything with consciousness weaker than that? Like, okay, we have dogs, but it's a simple creature. It's fine, right? All dogs go to heaven. Just let them be dogs. They can't be evil. They don't have the level of consciousness to actively do evil. They just like, if they bite you, it's because they're an animal and they just have instincts and they're just like, they sniffed your arm and it smelled kind of salty, so they bit you, and they're not thinking about it.
Or because you are showing some type of threat towards them.
Right. You just did something that threatened them or whatever, and it's an animal. It's not that deep. But it's like, if you give us consciousness, I'm not about to be like, oh, I'm such a piece of shit because I have like the human instinct for greed. It's like, you gave me the human instinct for greed. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I could have been above greed. Like, if you made me to be above greed, like you made me ill-formed, like you kind of made me a piece of shit. But it's also like, well, technically no, because it's like we ate the fruit, so it's like that's why. But then why is it like, why did 2 people get to decide that? Not even 2. Why did Eve get to decide? Like, why did Eve fuck all of us? Also, why'd you have the fruit? And also, is that a metaphor? It's like, is that a metaphor or is that literal? Like, what are we talking about?
Do you think God gets bored?
I think this whole point is that he's bored. This entire point of all of this is that he's bored.
There you go. That's why he did it all, because he's bored.
The conceptualization of God is supposed to be like of a father. Like, it's supposed to be familial. Like the Son of God, it's all like family. You're my children. It's all of this idea of he's loving and we're all family, right? So this idea that, but it doesn't seem to be playing out like that. It seems more like a being that they keep saying is without sin and doesn't understand the concept of sin, so he's good. Just like we were talking about those people, the other version of humans that didn't eat the fruit, that like they just never lied because they just don't lie. It's like, okay, you're just not what a human is. So on some level, if we were to interact with them, they'd be like, hey, you told a guy something that just didn't actually happen. They'd be like, yeah, I didn't want him to know. And it's like, well, why didn't you just tell him it anyway? And they'd be like, hey, I didn't want you to know this because it would hurt my feelings or something. It's like, I didn't want to have that conversation with him and I'm kind of scared. And it's like, well, then you're never going to get over your fear if you don't say it. Like, they would just be like, what are you talking about? Like, just don't lie ever for any, like, at all. And so it's just not, it just isn't what a human being is. So it's like, okay, if you're a god and you just don't even understand the concept of lying, then it would make sense you'd create a creature and be like, oh, what if this thing could do something I just don't do and can't do and don't understand? Then it's more like a science experiment. Then it's more like a scientist that created like lab rats, a big maze, Earth, and it put some lab rats in it and sat back and it was like, I wonder if I don't die. I wonder if what would happen if I created something that died. I wonder how they'd freak out about death, you know?
But don't parents do that all the time?
In what way?
Because a parent will give their child, like a more scholarly parent will, or a more athletic parent will put their child into something that they did not do to see the outcome of like, oh, I did this thing, but what if someone who is very similar to me did something slightly different than I did? So parents do that all the time with their children. They put them in situations where they could have done something, but they don't, or they couldn't because they're now 30 years older. So it's like, all right, now I'm going to put you in the situation. Let's see how you deal with it and you pan out, but then also still push them in the right direction so they don't fail too much.
Yeah, but God doesn't do that because God never failed at anything. This is a lack of understanding, not a lack of achievement or accomplishment or ability. That's my entire point, is that it doesn't seem to be like a familial concept. Like, it seems to be structured like a being that truly does not understand what it created, or the purpose of creating it is because it doesn't understand something. I'm also ambiguous about this, and I'm sure there's an answer. I think someone's answered it, where like human beings have free will, but angels don't. Like, angels have to listen. But then Lucifer rebelled, so do they or do they not have free will? And it's like, is he specifically
The only one who doesn't have to listen?
And also, demons are fallen angels. So it's also like, because there was like a war or something like that, or they just rebelled. But then it's like, okay, did they really think they was going to win that? Why would they think they would win that? And also, if it wasn't necessarily a war and it was just like, hey, yeah, we side with Lucifer, we think that's a good idea. Like, they just said it, and then it was like, all right, well, off to hell. Like, they didn't even fight. Like, God just snapped his finger and they went straight. It's like, why would they do that? Like, oh shit, I was just like, yeah, I'm on this guy's side, and then now I don't have my wings. I'm just a demon now. It's like, it's just like,
Or is the concept of free will more like a fear type thing? Where it's like,
yeah,
because you said that Lucifer is the only one to rebel. Is it because that Lucifer he lost the fear for God, so it gave him the ability to have said free will?
The idea is that he thought he could be God, like he thought he could do a better job, or he thought he was the hubris of thinking he was powerful enough. And I think it's also like he's like, it translates to like light bringer or something. Like, there's something about light or something about sound and music. I think it was one of those things.
Light.
Yeah, and it was like something about like he is one of the most powerful and beautiful angels, and he's so accomplished that he was like, oh, I can replace this guy. And it's just like, why would he think that? And it's also like, how long he made the angels. How long was he with the angels before he made us? It's like, you were with this guy for like 10 billion millennia, and you were like, nah, I can kick this guy's ass. It's like, we got 10 billion millennia of evidence that you cannot do that. Like, what are we talking about?
Or, I mean, we don't know that for sure. Because what if that during that 10 billion millennia, they were never actually fighting? Lucifer was just gaining strength. He was just training himself to be better and better. But God wasn't doing anything. He was sitting back. He was basically like the third Hokage. Sitting back, just tossing soldiers out at people. And then Orochimaru came in, was all like, yo, I've still been training this entire time. So now I can do better than you because I've been training while you've just been sitting down, getting old and decrepit, quote unquote. So it's like, yeah, I can do better because I've been putting in work and you haven't. So now I'm going to challenge you. But it's like, oh, okay, you are still very much so stronger than me. I have lost this battle, but it's okay because I still have people behind me, and we'll just go back. We'll regroup. We'll still be gaining strength, and we'll come back at you in another like couple of 10 billion millennia or something like that.
Yeah, God being Hiruzen is annoyingly accurate. It's like, you know, here's some ramen noodles, you know. See you next week, little nigga. Like, that is kind of like a low-key how God being like, yeah, here's sin and hell. Try not to fuck up.
So
figure it out.
The third Hokage is God. Orochimaru is Lucifer. Michael is Jiraiya. Tsunade is Gabriel. The human beings is Naruto. And then the other villagers are just whatever.
Wouldn't Jesus be Minato?
Yeah.
Did you say who Jesus was? Did you say Jesus was Jiraiya? No, you said Michael was Jiraiya.
Yeah, Michael was Jiraiya.
Yeah, and then since Yeah, before Hokage died, sacrificing
Naruto.
himself
For the humans.
for the humans. Wow, that actually worked. Jesus, that actually
Minato.
worked.
It's crazy.
Hey, Minato. Man, no, like, yeah, it's like, it's weird. It's like, I don't conform to any ideology. I don't go around saying I am this. So I'm not an atheist. I don't definitively think or believe that God doesn't exist. I think it is an unknowable question. I think it's above human beings' pay grade to some extent, because sometimes I'm like, hey, that actually does make sense. And then sometimes I'm like, that doesn't make sense. One I think is very interesting when I talk to very hard, specifically Christian, Catholic, religious people, is when I'm like, it doesn't make sense. The idea of maybe he doesn't exist. There's too many, like, if you were to just be very straightforward about it, you could say, I mean, it just doesn't follow the laws of physics. And like, look, you can't walk on water and you can't break bread. It's like, what's a metaphor and what's not a metaphor? So you could just say, hey, look, the Bible is just a book of metaphors written by very intelligent people about the nature of life. It's a valuable piece of literature. You know, 10 Commandments are pretty solid. Don't kill, don't steal, et cetera, et cetera. And then you can kind of leave it at that.
Or
you
love
could,
thy neighbor.
right. Or you could say, you know what? Like I said, human beings are limited. Maybe there are some elements of supernatural things to the universe that we just can't understand. Fair enough. That still doesn't necessarily mean that every single word in the Bible is 100% accurate. That doesn't then mean the Bible is accurate. That just means that there's a possibility that there's other spiritual and other elements to the universe and to the existence that's not the laws of physics.
Because wasn't the Bible made by like 20 or 30 men spanning across like multiple languages?
Yeah, multiple languages over thousands of years. Like, who knows who retranslated it? And like this idea that like if you tried to fuck with the Bible, like God would hit you with a lightning bolt. It's like, since when has that shit like that ever happened? Like, since any form of like recorded information or any camera or anything, all this like magic shit stopped. Like, anytime, like, no miracles, no burning bushes. I think that's the thing, is the thing that could make me believe wouldn't even necessarily, I wouldn't need to see God or an angel or get some sort of message. If I had any evidence that if I saw two ghosts, if I see one ghost, I'm like, I might have been hallucinating, I might have been tripping. I would then try very hard to find another ghost. If I see two ghosts, I'm going to the Vatican.
Straight to him.
Yeah. If I see a vampire, if I see any supernatural anything, I'm like, oh, the laws of physics aren't it. I just saw a grown man turn into a swarm of bats.
Okay, I was about to say, like, what vampire are we talking about? Because there are human beings right now who drink blood. So that's blood is not good enough.
See it to believe it is enough for me. Like, I'm not like those guys in movies where they see a monster and they're like, this is impossible. If I see one zombie, I'm like, oh, okay. 1 second ago, I was like, zombies aren't real. That's fake. That's TV. That's movies. The second I see a corpse take its head off and it's walking towards me, it's brains. I'm like, oh, okay, zombies. Okay, cool. That's real.
Oh, did you know? I found out recently that the first person to make zombies, whoever his name was,
George Romero.
Yeah, he doesn't like that zombies say brains and go for the brains.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he hates that idea of it because to him, they're a metaphor for the human, like the human race and everything. So like they're just going to just eat like the human form in its entirety.
It's consumerism was the metaphor for zombies.
Exactly. So like he hates the whole like that they only go for the brains, or like their main objective is the brains.
Yeah,
is just to infect more people, basically.
Yeah, I also saw an interpretation, one of those movies, I don't know if he made it. It makes sense then. He probably didn't make this one because they eat brains in this one and they talk. And I think there was a point where I don't know how they did this. They somehow were able to like hold it down or take its limbs off, and they were talking to a zombie. And it was like, what are you doing? And they're like, we still have some level of consciousness, and existing like this is incredibly awful and painful and like suffering. Why are you doing, like, why are you eating? It's like, we can't stop. Like, we can't control this. Like, we really actually don't want to do this, but we can't stop. We can't control it. And it was like, well, what's up with the brains? Like, why are you eating the brains? It's like, it eases the pain. Like, some chemical in the brain, the human brain, it's like, it eases our suffering. So it's like really sad. It's like, we're sorry that we have, like, first of all, we have the natural instinct to do this and we can't physically stop ourselves. Number two, whenever we do get one of you and start eating your brain, it like, it's like an aphrodisiac, like a hallucinogen or something. It like calms our, it like makes us high, but also like eases the suffering of being a zombie. So it was almost like, please, if you can get away from us, definitely do. And if you can kill us, definitely kill us. We want you to end this suffering.
Yeah.
It's like, if we get you, we will eat your brain and we can't stop. And it's like, oh, okay. It's like it makes it even scarier because it's like the whole zombie situation gets even scarier and more fucked up.
Especially when you start, and like that can also be like them saying brains is could be another way of them telling you like their weakest point. It's like, hey yo, like brains, like go for the brain, like then we will stop as well. It's just like you're helping, like I'm telling you so you could help me. It's like a help me help you type situation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the zombies are doing. Like they're calling out for the brain. So they're not asking for your brain. They're asking for you to go for their brain so they can stop existing in this little threshold of existence and non-existence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like, yeah, but yeah, going back to God, like the entire idea of God is like, yeah, I saw a video, a guy was talking about like a loving guy wouldn't send you to hell. And he made some good points about like not, just because someone cares about you doesn't mean they're gonna like co-sign your bad behavior. But I think the point that if I talk to that guy, he made a bunch of good points, but I'm like, I still don't understand eternal suffering.
Yeah, true.
Eternal is kind of long, even for the most evil person. It's like, look, time, we can stretch this out as long as we need to. Like, we can stretch it out 10 trillion years. It's like, let them leave eventually. Like, oh, even the most vile, sadistic, like, disgustingly evil person. It's like, look, if you ran him through 10 trillion years of, like, being in hell, and then was like, hey, you learn your lesson? He's like, nah, I'm still evil. It's like, all right, yeah, sure, leave that guy in there, sure.
But, like, do we think that eternal is a lot because we have this kind of understanding, we have this false understanding of what time is, because to a being like God, time doesn't mean anything because they can travel freely through it. Right. So like he's just throwing out this, oh yeah, eternity, just so that we can have an understanding of something. But 1 year and 1 trillion years is the same to him. So it doesn't mean anything.
So yeah, the whole name, like even like one of the names God goes by is the Alpha and the Omega, which is the beginning and the end. So it technically there is no end because nothing, like there was no beginning and there was no ending. God just is. I am, or whatever, what he says, or whatever. So it's like, how do you even do anything if everything is happening simultaneously? Where the beginning, the middle, and the end are all happening simultaneously. So then it's like, what did you even create human beings for? Like, why do anything? So it's like, it even eludes my understanding of how a being like that even exists.
Because you're supposed to. Probably because it's like a destiny. Like even God is living through a destiny that he's put himself through.
Right. So like fate and destiny. So it's like, okay, does he control fate and destiny? Is fate and destiny something completely different?
Fate and destiny are something that's above him because they have a higher understanding of what he is because they've already put him in place so that he could do everything that he's supposed to do. But unlike how human beings don't understand God doesn't understand fate and destiny.
Yeah, like is there, I mean, but that's also, you're just questioning things that people don't even want to question of like, maybe there's something past God. And they're like, oh, well, nothing past God. And how would you know that? Like, even like, I'm not making some sort of definitive statement like there is or there, I'm just saying like there could be. Like I said about earlier about God being powerful and then creating beings less powerful than him, could he not just create beings also evenly as powerful as himself? And the thing is that people will say, no, he can't. Well, first of all, I mean, maybe that's just like a narrative trap. Maybe I'm just messing with the word can't. But it's like, oh, well, can't God do anything? Like, if he can do anything, then he should just be able to like endlessly duplicate himself or versions of himself or like
make something stronger than himself.
Right. Or something even stronger than himself. Oh, the one thing he can't do is make something stronger than himself.
So then he can't do everything.
Right. So then by definition, he can't do everything. But then maybe we're just arguing semantics at that point. But my thing is, even like, this is the thing, the Bible itself, everything you know about God is the Bible. The Bible is the word of God. So basically the Bible is God telling you something, right?
Telling you what he can and cannot do.
Right. So he's just telling you whatever he wants to tell you and needs to tell you. So everything you know about it, it's that source. It's not like multiple sources. It's just that's it. So it's like the word of God. It's like, okay, cool. And it's like, in it, it's like, okay, well, God can't lie and God is only at a certain power level. So it's like, okay, so then God told you that God can't lie? And he's like, yeah. And it's like, maybe he's lying about not being able to lie. Like,
Which has me laughing because if you look at any book across, if you look at any book of knowledge, any knowledgeable book, any book that you would see in a school or history or any type of book that people are trying to learn from or gain knowledge from, they always have more than one source.
right.
The Bible is the only book in existence that has one source.
I wouldn't say the only book, but it's like, it's the only book that people think is good and valuable.
No. It's
Like-
the only book that's directly stated like, hey, you're supposed to learn from this book.
Yeah,
This is a book of
yeah.
knowledge that you're supposed to learn from. That is the only book that has one source.
Right.
It has a bunch of authors who wrote it down
But it's all supposed to be like,
from the same source.
it's like a conduit. They were all a conduit of God. So it was, but that's what I'm saying is like,
And that's funny to me.
people do make points that some people are like, you know, I saw God, I had a vision, I had a dream,
You
et cetera,
know
et
what?
cetera.
I want my research paper that I did in 6th grade
Mm-hmm.
to be re-looked at. 'Cause I
Yeah.
only used 2 sources. The Bible only used 1. And I
Right.
got a C on it because I used only 2. I think that should be re-looked at
Yeah, we need to bump those numbers up.
because I think I should only need 1. If the Bible can have 1, I think actually they only have 1.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you're basically God.
Exactly. I'm the God of this story, so why can't I just use 1 source?
I mean, writers are the God of their stories. Yeah.
Come on, man. It's just,
But nah, yeah, like it's like, yeah, I mean, like, but it's funny whenever I say stuff like that to people. I think it's like they think that those ideas are just not even valuable or even worth thinking about or going into. Or usually their answer is some form of like deflection or some form of contrivance. And it's like, I can understand and respect if they were just like, that's a good point. And like, I don't know if they actually had a good point where they're like, well, nah, because of this. But I'm just not seeing it. It's like, if the only source you have is the Bible and the Word of God, and that's all you're taking it at, and you're taking all at face value, it's like, even if I were to 100% give you that God does exist, and like, let's say even we're just taking it at face value, the Bible at face value, and we're saying, let's say at least anywhere from 50 to like 80% of it is true. And it's like, okay, a powerful spiritual being at the dawn of time, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, cool. Let's say that that's real. Okay, that doesn't mean that an individual is pure good in some sort of like flat sense or whatever, some sort of very like basic sense of like, I don't know, like moral good, of like not doing harm and things, and, you know, 10 commandments. And I mean, the Bible is full of moral teachings. So you could say all those moral teachings is what God defines as good. And anything that's a sin is obviously bad, and that's not God. So it's like, okay, cool. But then still, like, once again, like, it's not even like, what if God is the devil, or what if God's a lot, like, what if God's the villain all along? It's not even that's the point. It's just like, maybe just that one bit about him being like, oh, I can't lie, by the way. It's like, okay, well, anyone can tell me they can't lie or they don't lie. Like, that's the definition of lying. Like, it'd be very easy to try to convince someone of something like, oh, I can't lie, by the way, bro. Like, just so you know, I can't lie. It's like, sure, bro, I definitely believe you, dude. It's like, the step one of convincing someone of something is being like, I'm definitely telling the truth, by the way.
It's like, let them know, you know.
Oh, yeah,
What
yeah.
I'm about to
Also,
say
you
is
can't,
not-
also, I'm like mad strong. You can't fuck with me, actually. I'm like too powerful, actually. Like,
It's
I'm
like-
actually the most powerful guy ever.
It's like, don't even try to step to me because I will like obliterate you.
Yeah, bro's just self-glazing. Like, the Bible is just God self-glazing the entire time. It's like, dog, like, give it a rest.
Now, when did God create hell? Did he create it while he was creating the heavens and the earth? Or was it afterwards?
Yeah, he created it, I guess, specifically as like a punishment. Or
No.
like, because he didn't send Lucifer to hell, right?
Exactly, he sent him to earth.
Right.
So does that mean he created hell after he realized, okay, now you human beings, after Eve or Adam, because we might be wrong. Adam probably ate the apple and Eve didn't eat the apple first. Adam was the one probably seduced by the snake and all that. Doesn't matter which one ate it first. Doesn't matter.
I
So
mean,
one
it
of them
does
ate
kind of matter, and
No,
it's
it
like
doesn't.
in the whole, like, I mean, but that's the thing of like taking the reliability of the Bible. I mean, it says that she ate it first.
Okay. Sure. So does that mean that God created hell after the apple was eaten? Was all like, okay, now I need to put a punishment in place?
Or was it after like Cain killed Abel? Or was it after Noah?
No. It had to have been before both of those things. It had to have been after the apple was eaten, because now it's like, because at that point in time, God was all
Yeah.
like, "Yo, now I have to punish you. Now you get all these
Right,
things."
like it was created as a punishment specifically.
exactly. So he made hell after the apple was eaten, because beforehand he didn't think he would need such a thing,
Right.
because he assumed that the humans would be righteous.
Yeah,
like
this is
he
what I'm saying. Like God seems to operate, if not as like a scientist, he operates more like a computer. Like he's like, oh hey, by the way, like don't eat this fruit, and then they eat the fruit and be like, okay, I'm gonna send you to eternal torment now. Like, damn, whoa, what? It's like gross over exaggeration.
Gotta
Relax,
autocorrect, bro. Autocorrect, man. We gotta hit it right.
Also, it's like once again we're going back to God can't make mistakes, but then he creates these people and we're supposed to be perfect, and like, but then
In his
hey, don't
image.
eat this fruit, and but
Perfect
then
in
we
his
eat it.
image, though.
Shouldn't we have just? That's also what I'm saying is in the universe that I just described of like us not eating the fruit and they're just never doing anything wrong. Like, how could you get convinced to do wrong? Like Eve got convinced by the serpent to eat the apple.
Yeah, which is Lucifer.
Right. Is it? Sometimes some people say that the serpent isn't even Lucifer or whatever.
Would the serpent be then if it's not Lucifer?
Just, I guess that's what I'm saying. Just like an evil force or just a, you know.
So then,
But it's also like that's
but no, because that messes the whole entire thing up. Because if there's another entity out there that is as strong as an angel, but on the evil side,
yeah, because it's like
just
how can
pure
a
of
yeah
evil.
how can a snake talk? And it's like once again, is that a metaphor for something?
like no, that's supposed to be Lucifer who took the form of a serpent, and then God was all
But
like,
how did he even get into the Garden of Eden if there was like a flaming sword at the like entrance of Eve
because he's Lucifer.
of Eden? I mean, but then also like.
He helped God.
But
all
also,
the
why
angels helped
why
create it.
send Lucifer? Like, hey, I'm gonna send my arch enemy to the same planet that I'm gonna send my most loved, valuable creature. Like,
Yeah.
why would you send him to the same place?
Because he depowered him at that point.
Apparently not.
Not enough.
But I mean,
'Cause, like,
so we're saying he depowered him. Like,
Yeah,
do we know that?
Yeah, in
He
the Bible
cast
says
him
he
out.
turned. Yeah, he cast him out. He took away his wings, took away his abilities, turned him into a snake so that he would crawl upon his stomach.
Wait, no. It was said that the serpent had legs, and then after it tricked Eve, then he said he turned it into a snake, so it would have to crawl on his belly. It didn't say that he turned Lucifer into a snake. He just said that he cast Lucifer out of heaven.
And Lucifer became the serpent
Well, I mean, for a minute.
with legs.
But then there's also been points like with Job where like Lucifer is like
arms?
talking to God, where like Lucifer goes to God every now and then and like chats with him and stuff.
Yeah,
So he's not always a snake.
no.
So that's what I'm
After a
saying.
while, he gains more power back and he's able to turn himself.
Where is that in the Bible where he just is getting his superpowers back slowly?
It's in between the pages.
Yeah, just you know, you didn't read Romans. You know, you gotta go read Rome. Go read
Exactly.
Ecclesians or whatever.
It's in between. You know how they say you have to read in between the lines? It's literally in between the lines. It's in really small text.
Yeah.
He's got to read literally in between those lines, and you'll see that he's gaining more power over time and getting able to, transform and de-transform into a snake or whatever he feels like it. But when it goes back to the whole God as a computer aspect of it, it's he creates something, then there's an error, then he has to fix that error until a new error arises. And right now he's just running on autopilot of just constantly fixing errors, or he's completely shut down. And Lucifer's the new God, which I'm perfectly fine with.
Why?
Because Lucifer has flaws. I'd rather have a God who has flaws than someone who doesn't think he has flaws but pretending like he doesn't. No, I'd rather have someone who knows they have flaws than someone who pretends they don't have flaws and tries to convince you that they don't have flaws.
Right, but that person would still need. Well, both of these people can be dog shit.
Well, yeah, but I'd rather have someone who admits that they're dog shit than someone who doesn't.
No, I think those are just both equally bad.
No, because the one who doesn't believe that they are dog shit are going to be constantly trying to prove that they're not by doing something bad. While the one who admits that they are will do it or don't do it because they're like, I know what's going to happen. Or it's like, I don't feel like doing it.
No, I mean, but what we know of Lucifer, I mean, he's still like a dickhead.
Yeah, not really.
What do you mean, not really? Oh, I'm sorry. Let's pause for a second. Satan's not that bad of a guy. The devil's not that evil.
It's really not.
How?
He's only bad because of the context that you put him in. Always going up against. He's the devil wants to prove God is not as great as he is.
Which is incorrect.
What do you mean it's incorrect?
that God isn't as great as he is?
Yeah.
Then once again, are we going off of the actual, are we just talking about the actual text of the Bible, or are we talking like hypotheticals?
We've been talking about both the entire time.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about specific, the point you're making now.
Now, the Bible.
So you're talking about taking the Bible at face value, not hypotheticals and what could possibly be.
Yeah.
You're just taking straight
text.
bar for bar, straight text, the Bible?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, if we're just like, yo, the Bible is a book, and we were just talking about it like it was a comic or something, just as literary, like, no, he's the bad guy.
God is, yeah.
No, Lucifer is.
No, Lucifer's the underdog in this entire fight.
You could say that like some of the shit God does is like
God
silly.
Bro, God is Eisen.
How?
Because God is on the outside looking at everything that is happening and slowly trying to manipulate things so that he can be always at the top.
Okay.
That's what Eisen did.
No, not really. This is the point. No,
he manipulated Ichigo the entire show.
Okay, yeah, sure. No, this
in place so that
the Eisen
Ichigo
God comparison is not good.
How is it not good?
You're correct about Eisen, but this has no connection to Bleach whatsoever. In the Bible, everything God does is not evil. I could say some of the things are silly, and that's when we start getting into the hypotheticals, and then that's when I just question.
I'm not saying they're evil. I'm just saying he's not the good guy.
Who's the good guy then? That's what I'm saying.
Why does it have to be a good guy? Doesn't need to be a good guy. They could just be all guys.
Okay, so there is a difference between a protagonist and a good guy.
Exactly.
And you're saying, why does there need to be a good guy?
Correct.
Okay, so everyone's a piece of shit?
Yeah. Why does it have to be someone's not a piece of shit when most times someone's always going to be a piece of shit?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Oh, are we talking in terms of humanity?
We're talking in terms of...
Even in the terms of just straight up humanity, there are some people who are just straight up selfless humanitarian people. There are some people who, if we took the top 10 human beings that ever lived, there's going to be 10 people who like never hurt a fly and fed the poor and cured cancer and shit, or like polio or whatever.
Yeah, so they can feel good about themselves on the inside.
Not necessarily. Not
That's
necessarily.
being a piece of shit.
Not necessarily. I just said
there's
the 10...
no such thing as a selfless act. There's no one...
Incorrect.
There's no way you can do something. No, it's a different word. I'm using the wrong word. It's not self. It's a different word. And I can't figure it out. I'll get back to you on it once I look it up. But there's nothing that you can do that doesn't has some type of benefit from it. Even if it's a self-emotional benefit or a worldwide benefit, there's always... Every action has a benefit to it. And every time you do something good, you benefit from that. Even if you don't want to admit it, you still benefit from it.
No,
I
incorrect.
look up the word. And I know I studied it. It took like 3 weeks studying it, like 8 years ago. I'm going to try and look it up so you can go ahead.
Yeah, but no, like there are... Not only have there been people out of the trillions of people that have like been born and died, there have been people that were purely selfless and even lived like shitty lives that they never got anything back for. Even thinking on the terms of like karma, like a karmic retribution, like people doing good things because they think good things are going to happen to them. Whether that's true or not true is irrelevant. And also if they're doing it for some sense of, I mean, it's levels to it. Like the idea that one individual at any point can just do something nice just because it's nice, not even to feel anything, or even do something nice and then they take a L because they did something nice, and then later still do nice things and still take L's from it. And sometimes they get something from it and sometimes they don't. But I think like, no, there are just straight up selfless acts in themselves. And then there are people that live lives that are, you can rank all of humanity from the most selfless to the most selfish.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like, even so the most selfless person is not like, oh, well, they just did it for their own self-aggrandizement. It's like, yeah, on that spectrum there is that person, but no, some people, no, I just did it because I did it. Like there are people that like fed the poor, like that fed the poor and then like got executed for it or something. Like there are people that like, oh, I need to get like these people this like vaccine, and then like some warlord like tortured and killed them. It's like, no, like there are people that have done the right thing and like didn't get rewarded for it at all and like paid a terrible price for it.
I can't find it. I know I can't find it because I'm looking up the wrong words to try and find it. But No, they do the good thing because it makes them feel good on the inside.
Once again, you said that already.
I know.
Some people are like that. That's not the definition of doing a good act. Every human being that does it
is the definition of doing a good act.
that is what you are. That's what you're saying.
That's what people do, and that makes them selfish.
You're saying that is an immutable act. That is a part of doing something selfless. It will always have a grain of, oh, I'm doing this for my own, like aggrandizement and appreciation. And I'm telling you, that's not true.
Okay, you're just wrong.
No, you're hard incorrect.
No, so you're saying people do good things,
yes,
and don't feel good about doing those good things?
Yes.
That's how. That doesn't make sense.
Yes, it does.
Explain how doing something good doesn't make you feel good that you did something good.
If you say someone needs something, this sick kid needs this vaccine, if you're like, cool, they get it, anything, it's technical. You do good just because it needs to happen.
No, that's how we are, you and I, because that's how we operate.
And we're both individuals.
But we also still feel good about helping people.
And also trillions of people have been born and died. And I guarantee you there are tons of people better than me and you. Definitely better than me.
Definitely better than me.
So it's like the idea that someone can even be like put in a situation where maybe we could be here. There's been so many different scenarios throughout life and situations throughout life. There was a time, I guarantee you, where some guy wasn't even the best of a person, good of a person, and was like, had medicine and needed to get the medicine gave it to a person and was like, man, I should have just took the money, and then like got captured and killed and didn't actually feel good about it. I'm like, now I'm getting tortured and killed, and yeah, sure, I gave this vaccine to the kids, but I was like, man, fuck them kids. I should have just kept it. Like, but the action was still a good action, and it was still a pure action. And even the idea that there is no, and also it's like, we could even say it's like percentages, like doing something good and then feeling good that you did it, then that by default means that it wasn't actually selfless, and that you're now like a greedy, selfish piece of shit. It's like, no, it's like just allowed to feel good about the fact you did a good thing that doesn't bastardize the thing you did.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Even if it's a very small percentage, you still did it. Even if you're not thinking, oh, I'm doing this so it makes me feel good, you still feel good about it. Even if it's just like a 1%. And in the Bible, a 1% of evilness still
that's
gets
not
you
evil.
damnation.
That's what I'm saying. How is that evil?
Being selfish.
That's not 1% of, that's not the idea that you feel good that you did something good is evil.
Is that not, what are the 7 sins? Is that not pride? Or
that's not pride because you felt good that you did something good.
Pride, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath. What are the sins? It's one of the sins. It's one of the sins.
Probably pride is what you're thinking of.
Okay.
That's not pride.
How is that not pride? How is that not?
How is it? Okay, appreciation.
Is that not part of pride?
No, it's just appreciation. What do you mean?
That's part of pride.
My thing is
having goodness. That's part of you thinking so goodness of yourself.
My point is that there are like my point is that there are levels to this. There are sliders to this.
Yeah.
So it's like the idea that you're just saying like you're doing some chutes and ladders thing where you're like, if there's even an ounce of like.
But that's how the Bible is, though.
No,
it
isn't.
The Bible is chutes and ladders.
No, the Bible says that, yeah, if you sin in your heart, then you may have just sinned. But it has to actually be a sin.
The Bible don't work that way, bro.
Yes, it does. That's literally what it says. If you sin in your heart, you sinned in the eyes of God. But then feeling good that you did something good isn't a fucking sin. That's never been said that that's a sin.
Okay.
That's never been said that that's a sin.
Okay.
Bro, I understand what you're, this is also the thing. I understand what you're saying. There were like YouTube videos of like YouTubers like feeding the poor and getting recorded doing it, and they put the sappy music on it. It's like, yeah, they're like, okay, hey, the whole other side of the extreme. Hey, look at me, I'm being a good person, but like, do they really give a shit? And they probably don't. Right? It's like, yeah, I understand that as a concept, but that's not like every guy that helped an old lady across the street is secretly a piece of shit. It's like, what? It's like because he felt good about himself for like a moment. It's like if you're like, this guy's homeless and hungry, I gave him a sandwich, I'm just glad he ate that day, and then you just move on. It's like, even if I were to just be dead ass, I don't think I'm a good person because I'm not actively saving people's lives. I'm not a paramedic. I'm not a doctor. I don't solve any world problems. I don't even solve any problems with individuals on a daily basis. Like, I don't remember the last time I like actually truly helped someone. It's probably been a year.
No.
So I don't even go out on a limb.
You helped someone yesterday at work.
Not even like, I'm not talking about like a minor thing. I'm talking about like something like.
But you said something small though. That's something small.
No, but even something small. No, like yesterday.
Yeah, when you were at work. Did you work yesterday?
I did work yesterday. No, I didn't help anybody. No,
Just-
I mean
just
something
do that.
significant.
You did
Not
your
even.
job. That's helping someone. That
No,
person
it
was
isn't.
in
I got
need of-
paid for it,
That person was in need of resources, and you gave them the resources.
and I got paid for it. And if I wasn't getting paid for it, I wouldn't have done it. If my boss was like, "I need you to work an extra hour, but I'm not going to pay you," I'd have been like, "That's hilarious," and then went home. If he was
Fair
like,
enough.
"I need you to work the next 30 minutes, and I'm not going to pay you," I'd be like, "That's hilarious. I'm going home."
She just wouldn't do that.
Here's the thing. He wouldn't. But this is the thing. Even if we're going to talk about my job, I've had guys be like, "Hey, can you drop me off at home?" And it wasn't really that close. It was kind of like 30 minutes away.
That's not close at all. You
And
live
it's like
5 minutes away from your job.
And he like gave me $5 for gas, which isn't enough.
That's literally nothing.
But
It's sad to say that's literally barely.
that's
what,
like
a gallon?
that's like 1 gallon.
No, it's barely a gallon because gas right now is 5 something.
Nah, it's like 480.
Taxes, brother.
No, it's 480.
With taxes?
No, it's just 480.
So
There's no
taxes.
taxes on gas.
There's
What are you
taxes
talking
on
about?
gas, bro. That's why gas is $13 now a gallon because of taxes.
It's not $13 a
That's
gallon.
why gas is $32 before taxes.
But no, like the idea that there is a difference between like I
mean, even Jesus is saying-
understanding that like you're not going to get like a piece of candy every single time you do something good, right? It's not even like if I live a life with a large sum of doing good things, I then will be rewarded for that. I think it's more like you understand that if you are a part of like an ecosystem of like doing good, that you're just adding to like a drop. You're just adding to the kind of cloud, kind of like ocean of goodness, and it all is kind of self-perpetuating. So it's like you do something good because you're like, hopefully this person, you pass it forward basically. And then on some level you're like, okay, like I did a decent thing today. I did something good today. I'm not going to sit there and be like, "Oh, look at me. I'm so great." But it is like, I'm a part of it a little bit. I'm a part of a little piece of good. I'm a part of a centimeter of goodness in life for a second. Then it's back to being like a normal person. If my boss asks me to work an extra hour and I'm not getting paid, and he's like, if he were to be like, "Dog, I got kids and I'm going to lose my job." Like my boss is on the phone, like the CEO is on the phone chewing me out. My fridge is empty. I'd be like, all right, fuck. It's like I would begrudgingly do it because fuck, this guy's going to lose his job and he has kids and they need to get the fucking SpaghettiOs. And that's also the thing is like, I then would do it. I feel like that would be a good thing. Now this kid can eat their SpaghettiOs and this guy doesn't lose his job. But in my head, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be like, I worked an extra fucking hour, didn't get paid. So it's like, okay, is that better than worse than being like, "Oh, aren't I such a good guy? That kid is going to get their SpaghettiOs now." Which is worse? Me being like, fuck that kid, but I did it anyway? Or is it better to be like, "Oh, I'm such a good person, I helped the kid"? Like, which is worse? Or are they both equally shitty?
No, the one that is worse is that you feel bad about the kid. The one is worse where you do the work knowing that the kid won't get their SpaghettiOs.
The
Am I
worst
saying it
version is...
backwards?
Wait, the worst version is the one where I do the work, but then the kid doesn't get SpaghettiOs?
Yes.
But why would the kid not get to get the SpaghettiOs?
Mm-hmm. You guessed what one was worse. I gave you one was worse.
I
That
mean,
wasn't even a
like,
sentence. No one understood any of those words.
yeah.
I
No,
didn't
it's like,
understand those words.
If he was lying to me, then I wouldn't feel bad because I'd be like, I did it for a good reason. I did it because I thought you really needed it.
Bingo,
but you
same.
just bullshitted me, and you actually.
Bingo, double sin.
No, wait.
Because you sent and he sent. Bingo.
But no. Okay, so you bullshitted me and said that you were going to lose your job, but you actually weren't. And you have a full fridge and your kid didn't eat the SpaghettiOs. So you just made me work for you. So you just tricked me. So I just got. Okay, I would then be like, I don't feel bad for my action because I did it for a good reason. But I guess doing things for good reasons is apparently bad to you.
Correct.
But correct. But like, I would then just not trust that guy. That doesn't mean in the future, if I'm presented with that scenario again, I would then just be like,
no, fuck
I would just be like, what's your kid's name? And be like, Jared what? Fogel. I gotcha.
Your last not even Fogel.
Wait, what? Your last name's I know. Wait, Jared Fogel's in jail. Like, this asshole ate Subway. He's a Subway in front of him. He's a Subway sandwich in front of him. It's like, see this, like, all right, you're lying to me. I'm not gonna do it. Like, I got tricked before. I'm not getting tricked again. But if he's like, no, no, deadass, I do actually have a kid and they really do need, then I'd be like, all right, I'll do it again. And then if he's at the end, if he's like, then it's like, no, it really was. And then the kid shows up and it's like, thanks for my SpaghettiOs. I'd be like, good on you, kid. And I would feel good. Like, I'm glad the kid, I remember being a kid, he's going to eat his SpaghettiOs and watch a movie and like have a nice night. I remember when I was a kid and I ate SpaghettiOs and watched a cartoon or whatever.
Is this
and
kid
so it's
wearing
just
a potato sack?
Say it again?
Is the kid wearing a potato sack?
Nah, just Skechers.
Just Skechers? Like no other clothing? That's weird.
Wait, why is this? Now you're just having a fever dream? Like, why is this naked kid wearing Skechers here? What is happening?
The light up Skechers, to be exact.
Yeah. Like, what happened, bro?
Like, someone get this kid
he spilled the SpaghettiOs. Yeah, he spilled the SpaghettiOs. No, like,
I'm going to look up this word because it's pissing me off.
Keep looking up this word.
It's pissing me off.
This is the thing. This word means nothing. You're going to find this word and find the definition of it, and it's not going to matter.
It's going to put it all together. It's going to put all the pieces. See, I made a puzzle, okay?
Right.
The puzzle is almost finished. It's just missing 2 pieces. All right? And this word is going to put those 2 pieces in place. It's going to be a nice little portrait of a sunset with a middle finger on it.
But then this is the thing is, because your whole idea is that like then that means like nothing. Selflessness doesn't exist, and like doing something good in itself doesn't exist because by definition you would just need to do something good for like no reason. So the only person that could ever do something good is like a fucking robot.
Correct.
So we would need to invent robots and then just make them the police, and then they would go out and solve crimes and do things, and they would be the only thing that's good, even though it's not alive and is not conscious.
Precisely.
That's
amazing.
Absurd.
Amazingly absurd, I know.
Absurdly amazing.
Hey.
That's what you should have actually said, by the way you said it backwards.
Intrinsic motivation? No, that's not the right word.
I mean, there is a difference between self-fulfillment and self-aggrandizement. And also just, just general like appreciation and satisfaction.
Hinduism might be the word. Hinduism might be the word. Yeah. Hinduism. That's the word.
Oh, the Hindus?
No, not Hindus. Hinduism.
The Hinduism, but it comes from the Hindus. It comes from the Indians?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's the Indian religion is the Hindus, bro.
Oh. Then I'm saying the word wrong then.
Is what? Spell it.
HEDONISM.
Oh yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm definitely saying the word incorrectly.
Oh. Stop. I'm sorry. I'm actually laughing. I can't breathe. I can't even say what I was gonna say. Dude, fuck off. It's the word is hedonism.
No, bro, it's definitely
it's
hedonism. Wait, no, what did I say earlier?
Hinduism.
Hinduism. It's definitely Hinduism.
Fuck out of here. There's no way. It's so hot in this room. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, the buildup of that, the entire conversation leading up to Hinduism is hedonism is crazy, bro.
I know. I'm so.
Oh my God. What is my life, a fucking sitcom? Jesus.
5 minutes of build up for that?
Yeah, 5 minutes of build up for that.
That's great. I'm so good.
Oh my god.
SNL put me on.
Oh man, and also the fact that you were like, man, this word, I can't. this word, it's losing. I'm losing my mind if I find this esoteric word that no one's ever heard of, and it's just hedonism. That's also not what hedonism means.
Yes, it is.
It's not, bro.
It is.
Having any ounce of appreciation or satisfaction for doing a good thing is not the definition of hedonism.
Bro, I'm telling you, Wikipedia,
Uh-huh.
all right, the great source that is Wikipedia, all right, that you should always use on your research papers. Only use Wikipedia because no one else can edit it or change or anything else about it.
Right, it's very secure.
Very secure.
Only Vladimir Putin has access.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's long gone into the future, hasn't been born yet. Now, what's the word I said earlier? Hinduism?
Yeah.
Hinduism is the philosophical view that prioritizes pleasure over one's actions. No, that's not the right word. Yes, it is. Over one's actions. All right. That's Hinduism. That's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, that is the word you were saying. It's not
Okay.
the word. Yeah, but that is the
Okay,
word you
okay.
were saying. I understand the bit.
Trying to keep the bit going.
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, hedonism is like dopamine. It's like spamming dopamine in your brain. It's like spamming serotonin. So it's the type of people that all they do is like just drink and smoke and fuck and just, orgies and coke and fucking, just like crazy, like Vegas, baby, bro, like gambling, drink, yeah, that's that. Just like your life is just endless, like, shove food in my mouth, just gluttony, hedonism, just serotonin, dopamine, just hitting the serotonin dopamine button. I think it's some like a lab, some like experiment where it's like they took lab rats and they gave them like, in some studies, I think it's like sugar water, and in other studies, it's like literal cocaine water. And then there's like actual food.
Love
And then so
cocaine.
the like rat, yeah, you say, I love cocaine. So, love his first,
Intrinsic motivation.
yeah, love his first 2 albums. They were great. Kind of fell off after that.
Ego gratification.
Yeah, sophomore slump after that. But yeah, it's like the rat will just fucking die of starvation because he'll just keep drinking the cocaine water and never eat real food.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, it's like the like point and meaning of life is obviously balance. The meaning of life is life itself. The meaning of life is existence. Because everything in life and existence replicates itself. And then every aspect of it is also about like defense. Every tree has like seeds that are properly designed to like implant themselves in the ground and thrive in certain conditions. Even like cacti, like everything that's in its own environment and ecosystem is designed for that ecosystem. Everything is evolved to survive as long as possible, to procreate itself, and to defend itself. Right? Even human beings with like nails, hair, teeth, right? Like when you really look at the human body, it's like a very complex machinery that's all designed to like work in tandem and to like defend itself and self-repair itself. And it's actually really impressive. Like, I wish I was like, man, I wish I had something, man. I wish I was like smart enough to like do something in science. Cause it's like, I just get to a point where it's just too much stuff to me and I just can't, like I used to just, chemistry is very interesting. I'm so dog shit at it. It's like, I can't get it, bro. But it's so interesting. I wish I could just like look at formulas and just memorize it and get it because it's so interesting. But I promise you, bro, if I took a chemistry class today, by the end of it, give it a week, it would leave my brain. It's like, bro, it just won't stick.
Because you're not working with it anymore. That's literally every skill.
So you just have to be in it live all the time.
That's what all people in those fields are in it all the time.
But you know how people say it's like riding a bike where you just,
get back into it.
Yeah, I could just hop on a bike right now. I mean, I was never like a BMX star, but I could hop on a bike at any point and just ride.
Yeah, but like physical things and mental things are completely different, though.
Not completely different, but I know the point you're making. They are kind of different. It's not like do you just forget how to play chess?
After a while, but granted, I just played chess like 3 days ago, though.
Right.
And like when I was playing, I was like, wait a minute, how does this piece move? Like, for the night, I had to remember like, okay, I need to go up 2, then over 1. I can't. I get it. And over 2 is like,
yeah.
You have to think about it. Like
that's also
right off the bat.
That's also the thing with like gamers and stuff. Like you hit like my age, you hit 30, and it's like, yeah, I'm not finna game with like some 12-year-old that like is on summer break
Exactly.
and is just playing this game for 12 hours a day, and then like I just did like a fucking 12-hour shift, and then I come home and I want to like wind down and play a game, and I just get smoked. I just get killed 20 times. It's like, yeah, bro, I'm not flicking my wrist with the like Razer, mouse and keyboard. I'm like
Exactly.
on controller and it's like kind of glitching out, and like I don't even give a shit. I'm using the controller. I'm not using the keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, no, forget about all that.
Yeah, it's like I'm not doing all that. I'm using a PS5 controller on PC, and I'm like,
I'm using a keyboard on
yeah,
PlayStation 1.
I'm using the like basic guns. Like I just got the game.
I know.
Bro has the gold diamond gun because
I'm
he's
using
been
the
on it
Guitar
for
Hero
like
controller
8
to play
years.
Madden.
You're right. The Guitar Hero controller for fucking Madden is hilarious.
Well, yeah, it's all about. Basically, this episode is just all about making sure you're doing the right thing for the wrong reasons and doing the wrong things for the right reasons. God is a lie. The devil is not real as well because the devil can't exist without a God. So neither one of them are existing. Existence is futile. God is among us, and
God is among us, but he doesn't exist.
precisely, and Smurf you all.
So are you an atheist or are you like an absurdist?
Wasn't an absurdist.
Well, everything you just said was ridiculous. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an absurdist.
You're like
Nah,
the
not
universe
even.
is so unknowable, it might as well just all probably be chaos, and everything is nothing, nothing is everything.
No, because like I believe I'm more of like a chakra. I'm more of like a sensational type of person. More of a chakra type of guy. So if it feels right, then I run with it. If it doesn't feel right, I'm gonna walk away from it.
That kind of makes sense, yeah.
So like, it's not that I don't think that God is real. Like it feels right to believe that He's real, but I'm not gonna be going to church every Sunday, reading the
Right,
Bible
right,
30
right.
times a year. It's like, but Him being real feels right. So I'm gonna run with it until it doesn't feel right anymore, and then I'll start running with it. The devil feels right because the devil is supposed to be Lucifer, one of the greatest angels who thought that he thought that he could do a better job. And if God created humans with faults, it makes sense that he would create angels with faults. So this makes sense to me. So I'm gonna run with that. I don't think the devil, aka Lucifer, I'm gonna stop calling him the devil because it makes him sound worse than what he is. Lucifer isn't that bad of a guy. He had a plan. The plan didn't go the way he wanted to go. Just like how that one fighter once said, you always have a plan before you step into the ring, but then that plan goes out the window once you get hit in the face.
Yeah, that was
Michael Jordan, right? So
I was thinking of someone. I was gonna say like Bugs Bunny.
no,
I was gonna say Bugs Bunny, but I was like, what?
both Looney Tunes
Kangaroo
characters.
Jack or something?
Yeah,
Or like, who else did I think of? I was gonna say like, oh yeah, I forgot that name. Never mind. I think Bugs Bunny would have been the funniest.
yeah. So,
But like,
it doesn't really matter.
nah,
Until it
no.
does.
I think if we're going off hypotheticals, then we could just be like, a hypothetical is a hypothetical. So it's like, who knows what really happened? That's what I'm saying. Like, the Bible says God can't lie, but it's like, maybe he's lying about not being able to lie,
Or maybe
But if
telling
we're
the truth.
taking the Bible at face value, it's like, nah, the devil's a bad guy. Like, if God really is taking the Bible at face value, not a hypothetical, just taking it as just a book and just being like, if it was any other book, that's like being like, you know what? Lex Luthor is misunderstood. Actually, Superman's kind of a dick. It's like, no, Superman is a good guy. Lex Luthor is a dick. The nicest version of Lex Luthor is still a dickhead.
Okay, yes, but
And not some Elseworld story where they're like flipped and it's like Ultraman or whatever.
no. Like even like Superman, like I agree with Lex Luthor that Superman stops people from. No, he says that he stops people from evolving.
Mm-hmm.
That's going too far because when he says evolving, that makes me think of like actual evolution that takes hundreds of years,
Thousands, millions, really.
Yeah, Superman's not around that long in comics, at least. Like technically he could live for that long, but they're not showing stories of him living for that long. Doesn't matter. Either way, it stops people from progressing. I feel like he should start using that type of wordage, which he probably does. It's probably just the books that I'm reading. Just he hasn't used those words yet, but it's the fact that Superman stops him from growing into more of who they are because he's constantly saving them. But also at the same time, if Superman doesn't save all these people, then you don't have voters voting for you to get into office. So maybe be a little bit more thankful for the guy who's saving your voters.
Yeah, no, I think like...
And also, Superman's a bad guy.
No, I think it's like...
And he's an alien.
I think Superman is...
An alien shouldn't exist.
What, they shouldn't exist?
Alien shouldn't exist.
Why?
Because like the good man that he is, Donald Trump said, aliens need to go back to where they belong.
That doesn't mean they shouldn't exist.
They shouldn't exist. Did he ever say that? I don't know if he ever said
He
that.
never said no. First of all, no, he never said that.
Damn.
First of all, and also he meant illegal aliens, as in people not from America.
Exactly, that's the whole point.
But if we're talking about like aliens and like from other planets, it's like saying they should stay on their own planet and saying they shouldn't exist are two completely different things.
And they should go back to where they belong.
That's perfectly fine.
Talking about you, people down under, not the West, a little bit further low.
Just give them the coordinates. Just give them the longitude and latitude of exactly the location you're talking about. I'm like, okay, 30 degrees northeast. But no, yeah, I think like Lex Luthor is like, he's like full of shit. Like he's like this like powerful businessman who like kind of just wants to take over the world because he's a narcissist and wants everyone to worship him. And then Superman shows up and everyone worships him because he can like fly and save planes and shoot lasers. And he's like, oh, he's just like it's just basic player hating.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Like that's all Lex Luthor is just basic player hating of like a guy in like a flashy suit shows up and is like way cooler and more popular than him. This is basically just like some high school frat shit or whatever. Like that's all it really is. Like I mean, there was something in like All-Star Superman where he took some of Superman's DNA and made a superhero serum out of it. And so he was like Kryptonian for a minute and he saw like atoms and molecules and he saw like the universe and he was like, no, you have to give me the super serum. And Superman destroyed it. And he's like, I could have saved the world. And he's like, if it mattered to you, you would have did it a long time ago. Which is true. Lex Luthor doesn't actually care about saving the world.
I mean, he has the cure for cancer.
Right, like he definitely does. He has a bunch of shit.
No, like it's shown that he has the cure for cancer.
Yeah, no, he 100% does. No, I know what you mean. I know what you're referencing. But like, I think the real criticism you could give like Superman is his naivety, and it's kind of like,
and he's too nice.
You could say that it's like maybe he,
naivety.
as a sentient being, deserves to live his life. Sure, but I also think that he could, if he really wanted to, like. He doesn't really need, like, he has a job at the Daily Planet and he like has a girlfriend and he like goes to sleep at night. It's like, you don't have to sleep.
Nor do you have to eat.
Right.
Or
you don't really
job.
have to sleep or eat. Like if he were to do sun dips, not even like, he could just go into the upper atmosphere, absorb some sun and then so he could just constantly be circumventing the globe, like stopping problems. Like he could have just made himself a force of nature that never needed sleep or food and just did nothing for the rest of his existence, but save people and stuff and just stop natural disasters and like stop crimes. And over the years he would just get more and more powerful and more faster and faster. And if any threat showed up to Earth, like Darkseid shows up, I mean he's just been like soaking up the sun and constantly training 24/7.
Plus he would have stopped it in outer space and not once Darkseid got onto the
Right.
Earth.
So the second Darkseid entered the atmosphere, hit a boom tube, he just like one shot him and then get back to doing what he was doing.
Exactly.
So I mean you could say that's a verb, but I mean that doesn't make compelling comic books and storytelling. But that's the thing, is the natural conclusion that is, if I
Until
ever
Batman figures it out and then tries to stop him.
Yeah, if I ever met Superman or wrote a comic book, I would have that happen. I would have a character talk to him and be like,
There's a guy who does that for, he is a YouTuber. He did it. He said not for Superman, he did it for the Flash. He said he optimizing the Flash, a little YouTube skit about where he just tells Flash like, yo, you could just make the world a better place if you just ran all the time and just solved all the problems of everything.
Yeah, there's a handful of superheroes that if they just operated 24/7, which they have the ability to,
Yeah,
like they have the like unlimited energy source to do it. It's like they could just do that,
exactly.
but they are an actual person that wants to live their life, which is like, I guess on some level that's fair,
I guess.
and then on another level it's like, is that even really,
Selfish.
is
It's
that
a
good
sin.
storytelling?
Hell is where you should go.
I mean, but then what? I mean, if they should decide to do that, then like Bruce Wayne could just stop being Batman.
Exactly.
They just, between
Bruce Wayne-
Flash and Superman, they would just clean up Gotham in like 5 minutes.
No, in a second.
In like, yeah. Also, like, yeah, just take all of Batman's villains and throw them into the Phantom Zone,
Boom.
and then just be done.
There you go. Problem solved. And then Bruce Wayne would actually get the therapy he needs.
Every villain in the in the DC universe pretty much could just be put into the Phantom Zone by like Superman and Flash in like an instant.
Yes.
And then they all be gone. That would be a good story, like a good ongoing story of just like Batman himself like doing detective work. You're like, wait, where'd everybody go? And like every villain on Earth, it's like everybody's rogues gallery. He like calls a meeting And Superman and Flash and like, oh yeah, we took care of that. It's like, yeah, between me and Flash, yeah, we just went around, we took them all, and we put them in the Phantom Zone. He's like, and Batman's like, you can't do that. And he's like,
I had an hour to spare. What do you mean?
he's like, well, first of all, I know you're not about to talk about due process when you're constantly beating up villains. Like, you're a vigilante, you break the law all the time. Number one,
Mr. I have a contingency plan for literally everyone.
yeah. Number two, you also like most of these guys are like repeat offenders. Most of these guys are not like first timers. Like, all these guys have been in jail like literally 10 times. Like, they've had multiple chances. They didn't have a second chance. Like, what's that supposed to be like? Hey, I have this thing called the Phantom Zone. It's a different dimension where you will never age or die, and also you can't hurt yourself or anyone else. I'm just gonna put you in here for eternity. It's not gonna hurt, but it is gonna be kind of weird,
And
it
boring.
is, and it is boring, and it is for eternity. And yeah, I feel like Batman wouldn't like that for some reason. It would. I feel like he would just be. I feel like it is par for the course for his character, for Bruce Wayne to be like, I don't like this, but also for it to be like, why, bro? It's like, no one's dead.
No one's hurt.
It's like we're overstepping our bounds. It's like, so you can beat the shit out of people and put them in an asylum. Let's say they're not constantly breaking out. Let's say you beat the shit out of the Joker, you put him in the asylum, and he never escaped. How is that different?
Oh, because he can hurt himself in the asylum and other people?
Right.
So that's the
like,
difference? So allowing him to still be able to hurt people?
and also, if he doesn't, if he just is in some sort of catatonic state for the rest of his life because he's that insane, his brain just breaks, which has been seen in comics, then it's like, okay.
Phantom Zone won't allow him to go into a catatonic state.
But no, but I'm just saying, like, that is basically the same thing.
No, but I'm saying it's like, if he's in a Phantom Zone, then that won't happen, which is better than him staying on Earth. Either way, the Phantom Zone is the best option.
Yeah, Phantom Zone's definitely the best option. The idea that Batman himself wasn't just like, wait, Superman does have the Phantom Zone. Like, he just doesn't throw Joker in the Phantom Zone. It's like, why not?
Now, the only one who probably shouldn't go to the Phantom Zone is Dr. Freeze. Dr. Freeze?
Mr.
Dr.
Freeze.
There we go. Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Strange?
Dr. Nope. His name is actually Dr. Fate. Mr. Fate? Dr. Nope. His name is Dr. Manhattan. Dang. Everyone's a doctor. Everyone has a doctor.
Yeah. Captain Manhattan. Yes.
Dr. Hawkman.
Captain Strange.
Dr.
Sergeant
Dr.
Major
Crocodile. Mr.
Sergeant Man.
Mr. Human Torch. Mr. Torch. Mr. Torch? It's kind of nice.
Dr. Torch.
Kind of nice. I don't really dislike that one. It's kind of nice. All right.
That's your name for the rest of the podcast.
Dr. Torch?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to forget. Someone in the comments remind me. Don't remind me. Yeah. That's the episode.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're about an hour and 30 in.
Yeah.
I got to trim some of that down. It's probably not going to be a full hour 30. It might be like an hour 10, really.
Perfectly fine.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's a little bonusy. A little bonus for you guys.
Yeah, a little hour and a half bonus.
Yeah.
A little very long bonus.
Exactly. A little bit, talk about a little bit of religion for you guys. And all that.
Yeah, don't smite us or curse us.
Please don't.
Yeah, don't do
I would like to live a long life.
Yeah.
Preferably with all of my limbs.
Yeah.
and
Also, if you're like
organs.
some sort of corny, annoying atheist, it's like, we're not boys. Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
Like,
and also, if you're like a corny, weird religious person, it's like, don't invite. I'm not coming to church.
Don't try and like say that I'm something that I'm not. I literally, like, we already said what we are.
You pretty much said nothing.
Yeah. I said I'm all about the vibrations.
Right.
That doesn't mean I'm into the crystals and all that.
Right. Of course not. That would be ridiculous.
That's more. That's like 4 steps further than, I wouldn't say it's above nor below. It's like 4 steps adjacent to what I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not about the crystals and all that. I'm just about the vibes. All right. Good vibes, good times. And don't be all like, oh, if you're with God, you got the goodest of vibes. It's like, calm down.
Yeah. Stop being cringe.
Stop, bro.
Yeah, I think.
I'm just out here trying to chill.
Yeah, I remember one time I was talking to some girl and she had a bunch of crystals and she just kept pulling them out of a bag. And I was like, yeah, that's amethyst and that's, obsidian. And she's like, "Oh wow, you know your crystals." I'm like, "Yeah, I know what rocks are. I went to kindergarten."
Yeah.
It's like,
took a
what are
geology
you
class.
impressed by, bro? It's like, I need you to. You have the hobby of an 8-year-old. I need you to
Come on now.
get with
into
the
trains.
program.
Get into the trains.
Lock in, aunt,
All right.
not unk. Lock
Mhm.
in, auntie,
Yeah. And not Aunt May, not the cool one.
not the good one, the
Right.
bad one.
And not even Black Panther's auntie. All right. Still not even a good
Right,
one.
not high auntie. I'm dead.
Exactly. So what religion do you follow? What religion do you follow?
Honestly, probably the Assassin's Creed. Probably.
Yeah, we talked about that one.
Yeah, nothing is true. Everything is permitted.
Mhm.
Law arises not from divinity, but from reason. But reason exists for those who cling to it.
Yeah, but that's different though.
That last bit isn't part of the Assassin's Creed. I just added that.
Exactly.
Eisen actually said that.
Exactly. So that's why I said it's different.
Yeah.
All right, now let us bow our heads in prayer.
Yeah. What is the and also part of the Assassin's Creed is like hide in plain sight, stay your blade from the blood of the innocent, and never compromise the brotherhood.
Always make sure your ledger is dripping red.
Wait, is that part of it?
Yes, it is. All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Destruction.
War.